Hello again, Algebra 1 students. We're back into our Unit 1 booklet. We are in Tier 2, Lesson 1b, adding mixed positives and negatives. So let's check off our booklet. And here we are with our Lesson 1b, adding mixed positives and negatives. So let's, again, take a couple different approaches with this that we've gone over already in Tier 1. The first approach that I like to take, again, is the number line approach. So we have our number line here, and I'll draw it smaller. We want to start where the first number is. So here's our number line. We have 0 here. We'll go back a little bit. We'll go forward a little bit. So we're going to start at -4. And our -4 is 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left of the 0. So that's our -4. So we're going to add 7. So from -4, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to the right. Because whenever you add on a number line, you go to the right. So this is where we're at, and if we count from 0, we're 1, 2, 3 to the right of 0, which is +3. So our solution to this first example using a number line technique is +3. Now let's take a look at example number 2 here. Again, we want to use the number line technique that I showed in Tier 1. So if we draw ourselves a number line, and again, I'll shrink it down. And this is our 0. Okay, and we always want to start at our first number. So our first number is +9, so we want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's our +9, and then we want to add -5 to it. So whenever we're adding a negative, we're going to go to the left on the number line. So we want to go to the left 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is where we end. And now we just have to simply count how far right or left of 0 that is. So here's our 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So our solution, as we found on the number line to this expression, is +4. Another technique that I showed you in a previous lesson is to think of the two terms as separate teams and find the difference between the two teams, and then whichever team is greater, that's the sign that wins the game. So here we have two teams. We have the -16 team, and then we have our +35 team. And we have to find the difference and then decide which team is greater. Well, obviously we know that 35 is greater than 16, so our answer is definitely going to be positive. That's going to be our solution for sure. And now we just want to find the difference. Well, to find a difference means subtraction. So we take the larger number, 35, and we subtract the smaller number to find the difference. And I do it in columns just like I did in previous lessons. And just like in previous lessons, I have to borrow. So 15 minus 6 gives us 9. 2 minus 1 gives us 1. So the difference between these two numbers is 19, and because the 35, the positive team, is larger than the negative team, we know that our solution is +19. Let's look at number 4 and separate our terms like we did before, but this can be a little tricky here. Adding a negative is the same thing as subtraction. So this actually just means subtraction. So that's our negative team to the right here. The 36 is our negative team, and our positive team is 52 because of the applied positive if it's not written as a negative. So now we just need to find the difference between the two numbers. And again, to find the difference, you always put the largest number on top and subtract the smaller number. And again, we're going to use our technique of borrowing out of the tens place. So we have 12 minus 6, which is 6, and 4 minus 3, which is 1. And that gives us a difference of 16. And we know that 52 is greater than 36, so the positive team is going to win. So the solution there will be 16.